What's up, everybody? HOA is back again this week. Kid Kinsey, how are you? What's going on, man?
Um, Weather getting warmer. That's nice. I'm tired of it being brick. I just gotta get the gangs together. We gotta hit a park up once in a while. We ain't hoop since like August.
What's like the closest park to you and where you live?
It's like a clean like 15 minutes away. It's just the issue is like getting everybody to go at once, like 5, 6 people. But we'll
Dang,
make it work eventually.
15 minutes is kind of far for a park. Dang. That's yeah. No, I mean summertime. Gotta get guys out to play ball. Um, there's been a lot of talk recently, Kinsey, about how the world is somewhat catching up to the United States in
Mhm.
basketball. So today we're going to discuss how the world team would compete against the current USA team. So as of right now, the rosters were picked out um, for the world team. They've got Embiid, they've got Jokic, they've got Luca, they've got Giannis, they got SGA, Sabonis, Siakam, Markkanen, Jamal Murray, OG Anunoby, Franz Wagner, and Kristaps Porzingis. For the USA team, we've got LeBron, Steph, Katie, Tatum, Ja, Anthony Davis, Dame, Donovan Mitchell, uh, Devin Booker, Harden, Kawhi, and De'Aaron Fox. How close do you think those rosters are? Now I know based on names you could still go with the US, but like
Mhm.
when you really get into it,
Yeah.
the U.S. doesn't have the quality big men that the world has.
Yeah, I was just about to say it looked like they about to get destroyed on the inside because with a lineup like that, you could play Giannis at the three, like how he came into the league. And
Yeah.
if that happens, if you're running Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, that's nuts. That's absolutely insane.
I mean, so I think the world would probably start Luca, SGA, Giannis, Embiid, Jokic.
Yeah, I guess the saving grace is we definitely have the better floor spacers, but yeah,
But then you could also like spin this and go Luca, OG, Lori, um, Jokic, and Embiid, and then you actually have floor spacing with the bigs too.
yeah,
So like there's different lineups where the world could actually get their spacing better, but that would be the only issue. But they could also, in my opinion, they would be able to control the ball a lot more.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like their their inside game is going to create so many problems. Like Anthony Davis is good. Maybe he could slow one of them down on a good night, but like
You're definitely not
there's
both.
nobody else on the team that's big. Like I'm surprised Bam wasn't on this roster because that at least gives them another
Hmm.
big. But LeBron or Tatum or KD is going to have a
Yeah, they're
nightmare
gonna have their
running
hands
the other
full.
big man. So besides the shooting, what else for the USA would help them get out and get to win this 7 game series? I mean, they do have the better athletes overall and everything. So if they wanted to push, that'd be their best bet also.
Um, I would say the versatility because like you got Steph, Braun, KD, Tatum, and like over on the world side, it is especially like if you're running that two big lineup, that is kind of guardable to a degree, at least in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah, the versatility, nah, but the free throws between Luka, Giannis, and Embiid is crazy. Oh my, yeah, that's crazy, and even SGA. So yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Who would you start for Team USA right now out of those guys? Because I thought it would be Steph, Booker, KD, Tatum, AD, and I mean, I guess I I don't know. I think KD and Tatum are probably better than LeBron right this minute,
Yeah, but I would
but it's
still, I would,
hard.
I would, I would have to still start Braun, just for like the playmaking versatility and
So
all
would
that.
you put Tatum on the bench then and have KD start, or would you put KD on the bench and have Tatum start?
I'd probably bench KD just because I think Tatum's a better defender right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so like for if LeBron don't want to take like a super tough assignment, I could ask Tatum to do it, and then I have Kevin Durant like just as a Jamal Crawford on crack off the bench type role.
So then, yeah, you're like that's where it gets kind of crazy for the USA is when you bring Dame, Mitchell, Kawhi, KD in the game for the backups, and that's not even naming Harden or Fox. But they just lack that second big man. Like the world just has so much more size. Who do you think would win this 7-game series? Do you think the USA would still come out with it, or do you think the world is actually caught up?
I'm still rocking with USA. I think Stephen Brown on the same team. Like if Draymond and Curry have like an unstoppable like 2-man game, add Braun to that, that's absolutely insane. Then you still got the floor spaces. They would just have to figure out what to do with those paint beasts. But I think they'd be able to figure that out.
Now, how fast do you think Team USA would go zone? Like faster than you in Kraken zone, or like?
No need. Straight man to man. You know, man to man defense over here.
But I like that's the thing is there's just no way you can man to man with Jokic and Embiid though. Like there's just no way.
Now, honestly, I think a zone might be worse because zones give up a lot of offensive rebounds. So honestly, I'll just say get a man and box out to the best of your ability.
Then I don't know how the USA wins in that matchup though. Like they got to hit a very good percentage of their threes to win that game. Now, I mean, they have the shooters to do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jokic and Embiid could get 30 plus apiece, and you've still got to deal with Giannis coming down the lane. You've got Luka. He could literally just worry about step backs and passes. Like it'd be very easy for him to play with those guys. I think the world's very close. I would probably have it going USA in 6. Because I do think they could get out and run the big guys off the court potentially.
Yeah. I think like a lot of Steph pick and roll, like you could draw Embiid and Jokic out like 25, 30 feet from the basket. So yeah, I think they're just gonna have to abuse like drop coverage and stuff.
But I also like at the same time, the world has some lineups where they could put Jokic on the bench and have Giannis at the 4, and you're losing your advantage on that pick and roll.
You're gonna have to bully Embiid then.
with AD, like what?
No, you're gonna have to just KD and Curry putting beats and pick and rolls every play.
Yeah. I definitely think it's getting close. I'll say USA in 6 games.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just mentioned a couple guys that are in the MVP race, and they all happen to be playing for the world team right now.
Yes.
As of right now, the 3 names are Embiid, Jokic, Giannis. Why does it feel like Giannis has been left out? Like, it's all been so Jokic versus Embiid.
Yeah. I don't know because I guess people are just like they're just used to it. Like it's regular at this point. But yeah, I don't know why he's not having absolutely no type of traction. Because don't they have the best record in the league right now?
Yeah, they're the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, so I don't understand why he's getting absolutely no traction despite his insane numbers, insane two-way versatility and record.
I mean, he's 5th in the league in scoring. He's 3rd in the league. He's 2nd in the league in rebounds. I don't know what more people want. He played a majority of this year without Chris Middleton, his second best player, and they're still the 1 seed. Like, it's very impressive what Giannis is doing.
Right.
So I know we're going to do this a little bit later on Kenzie's Corner this week. You're going to, give us your MVP pick. And then next week we're going to do a panel, a little something different we've never tried before, and bring a couple extra people on, and we're going to vote and do the awards that way. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. But have you decided on your MVP with 10 games left in the year?
Definitely not, but I did have a switch up at the top.
Okay, so I think I know. We're going to save it, obviously, for Kenzie's Corner because I want you to have all your ammo for that. But I think, personally, this last couple weeks, Embiid has really turned it on.
Yeah.
I thought Jokic was going to be the MVP for a majority of the year. He's still playing like an MVP. It's just Jokic has put his foot on the pedal a little bit more. I got him leading the MVP race right now with Jokic 2nd and Giannis 3rd, but I do believe it is a very close race right now.
Yeah.
let's talk about somebody who's not in the news a lot. Mario Chalmers. What has happened to like NBA role players get a platform and they just start saying things that are not like I don't know. It just they come off as like it's like hard to even like begin to agree with some of the things people say when they get on the platform. Mario Chalmers said no one feared LeBron. He said some other things that were kind of disparaging too, but like,
Yeah,
I guess the word fear seems to be like overused at this point.
right.
What was your take on Mario Chalmers saying no one feared LeBron, but they feared him in the game?
Yeah, that made no.
I don't understand what he was going for there.
I I don't know either. It's like you weren't scared leading up to the game for your preparation, but then when you actually like line up with him, you're like, oh my god, I gotta face this guy. But just the whole fear thing, like I guess I kind of in a sense understand what they're saying because let's take mid 2010s. You don't fear a Chris Paul. He's just gonna run his pick and roll, shoot his mid range, play like prototypical. But like you would fear a Russ because like it's just nonstop. But that doesn't equate to anything because mid 2010s CP3 was still better than Russ. So like I don't know. I guess like they're saying it's like an instinct and mindset type of thing, but it's not like LeBron played like Evan Turner. Like LeBron was playing bully ball. LeBron was chasing you down on every fast break. I don't know what Chalmers was going for.
It just comes off as like Chalmers isn't over the way that he was.
That he was treated
for Miami and him kind of being the scapegoat sometimes for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes off as like sour grapes for him. But here's the thing, dude, you won 2 championships with these guys. Like you played in high profile basketball games every year for 3 to 4 years. Like,
right.
I understand like LeBron's probably hard to get along with at points, but you're winning. Like, is winning more important? Probably for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea that you're not scared of LeBron when LeBron he could literally turn it on, especially in Miami. Like in Miami, like he was insane in Miami. It was every night he was doing something crazy in Miami.
Yeah, it's like they would just for like a 8-minute stretch they would just lock in game switch.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it took. Like, yeah, maybe not for 40 minutes or 40 minutes did LeBron have to do everything, but like there was stretches of games where he scored 12 straight and had 4 rebounds and 2 blocks to go with it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
I don't know. It's just like
against the Pistons to score like 27-28 in a row to say, oh, that man isn't feared. He's just a basketball player. It's just outrageous.
I don't know. It's just another like way to try to discredit somebody. Like that's like saying Golden State KD we didn't fear Golden State KD. Well, then what were you worried about then? Like it's like weird when these guys are at their very peak, you're not worried about them the same way, but then in the game you are. I just thought it was a weird statement. I just wanted to touch on that because
it's some of the narrative flipping, like what they do with Embiid and Jokic. Like, oh yeah, we're not really scared of Nikola, but like he's shooting damn near 60% on you, getting like 12, 13 rebounds, getting 10 assists. Maybe you should worry about him a bit more.
Well, that's what and back to that, like Jokic is averaging 25, almost 12 rebounds and 10 assists. That's like somebody you got to worry about. Like he's beating you with his passing, he's beating you with his scoring, he's beating you with his rebounding. Yeah, he's not blocking 3 shots a game. Yeah, he's not protecting the paint as well. But he's also accounting for 70 points a game, or 60 or whatever.
I guess it's just like an aesthetic thing, but I don't know.
But you got to like dig a little bit deeper when the guy's like he's accumulating these numbers and they're equaling points for his team.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. That's helping them win games. They're in the West for a reason. Does it work in the playoffs? Not necessarily, but it's not a playoff award.
Right.
The Magic Johnson Award is the best player in the Western Conference playoffs. Well, let's take it into the West. The West is very jam-packed 7 through 10 right now. Actually, 7 through 11. Those teams are all separated by less than 1 game. Kinsey, we've got about 10 games left. I think it's 9 now officially. Do you think the Lakers can get up to the 7 seed without LeBron coming back? It sounds like he's not coming back unless they're making them in the playoffs.
Yeah. I definitely could see it. It's just, for one, how long is this Austin Reeves thing going to continue? And for two, what AD are we going to get? Because, like, if they lose to the Thunder tonight, I won't be surprised.
Yeah,
and this is like one of the games they're accounting for that, like, especially because like the Thunder moved up in the standings. So like,
actually, like you just said, this is borderline a playoff game.
Yeah,
They're both 36 and 37. Yeah, I mean, a win here puts you in the play-in, and a loss here takes you out of the play-in right now. That's how close these standings are right now. So, I mean, like you just said, this is a borderline playoff game for both teams.
Were you a fan of the play-in when it was first introduced?
No, I still don't like it. I don't,
bro. This is amazing. Like, we're carrying like the
I know,
whole
like, I just think it gives teams like more room to not play well. Like you have more leeway to not play until I don't dislike it as much now. I like that it's one game, and like, that saves it a little bit. If it was a series, I'd be like, all right, this is too much. But I guess it isn't adding intrigue to the year, but it also is like we're also highlighting teams that are under 500.
Right.
At the same time, like we're watching 4 teams right now with under 500 records battle for playoff spots. It's kind of crazy at the same time.
I guess I'm also like it because it's like you said, it's just like it seems more people are involved. Now the only teams you don't quote unquote care about is like the Rockets, Spurs, and like Pistons. It just adds a lot.
You forgot Damian Lillard's Blizzards.
That's relevant. Because like a few years ago, by like now, like when the Knicks had Melo, I think like mid-March, they'd be like, hey, yeah, it's over. Let's shut it down. Now teams are like, yo, let's at least push for 10. So yeah, I do like the addition. But back to the Lakers. I'm just off. I think that they're going to make it. I can't see them missing it again. But like I said, if AD has like 18 and 7 tonight and SGA gives them 30, I'm not shocked.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So look, like here we'll run it down real quick. 7, Minnesota, 37 and 37. Dallas, LA, New Orleans, OKC are all tied at 36 and 37. Utah is a half game behind those teams at 35 and 37. It is so close right now, razor thin margins. I kind of want to see OKC make it. I want to see SGA play a meaningful basketball game.
As good as that would be for him, that would mean like either the Lakers or the Mavs missing. And for just narrative purposes, I think those would be like way better playoff teams.
Yeah, but wouldn't you get more enjoyment out of Dallas not making it?
Oh yeah, that would be fun. But if they make it and they get smoked round 1, that's even more enjoyment for me.
Okay, that's fair. Wait, so you think it's more enjoyable to make the playoffs and lose than not make the playoffs?
Yeah, because like if they just they missed the play and all this, that, and the third. If they make the playoffs and lose, then I have just a lot more narrative manipulation I can do with that.
Okay, so I got one more thing for you on the NBA. Your Washington Wizards are
it's over. I know
2.5 games out of the 10th seed.
It's over.
You and I made a bet recently that they were not going to make the playoffs, any version of the playoffs. Are you ready to concede and pay up on said bet?
Look, man, it's over.
Okay. So the bet was that you are going to change your profile picture on Twitter and your header on Twitter to Cavaliers stuff. If you recall.
I can't believe they let me down like this.
So I'm going to send you over some Cavaliers memorabilia, and you're going to get that Twitter changed. and let's screen grab and we'll post your new Twitter profile right in the middle of this segment. Okay.
It's not over yet, but it's over.
You conceded defeat. You already conceded defeat.
It's not over yet, but it's over.
Oh my God! So you're not conceding defeat yet.
We can get Chicago. We can get Chicago. It's not over.
All right, guys. Kinsey is not giving up yet, but you will see his profile change to Cavaliers stuff very soon. It is getting very late in Washington. All right, Kinsey. In other news, in the NFL, our teams actually made a swap. We got Elijah Moore, and you guys got our second-round pick. How do you feel about moving on from Elijah Moore?
When he actually got the rock, he was productive. We just didn't get it to him much. I would love that he was a better deep threat, but he is on a short side for receivers. But he's good intermediate. He's good with the ball in his hand. So I miss him to a degree. But we got Cole, and that's like a Madden goat. So I'll take him.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, did you want to see Moore actually get to play with Rodgers to see?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because even when Mike White played, Elijah Moore, his productivity went way up more than it did with Zach Wilson. So I did want to see more with a competent quarterback, but I guess we did it for draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got a second rounder out of it, so. Mm-hmm. All right, Kinsey, I just want to touch on that. I'm very excited about the trade. I think Moore adds another dimension to our offense that we need. Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna be one of the better slot receivers in the league next year. Watson's got to step up himself, but if him and Moore can get on a good connection, that just makes the Browns more dangerous. And also, all right, guys, next week we are going to do a panel for the NBA awards. We're going to do first team, second team, MVP, all that stuff next week.
What you think about the Ravens move?
Which one?
The one they did today. What was it, Aguilar?
Nelson Aguilar?
Yeah, what you think about the Ravens move?
That guy has 68 catches in the last 2 years.
Oh, man.
That's the most Ravens move ever.
Outrageous.
They do not go out and get Lamar help. They don't do it. Nelson Aguilar, he could be fine. I hope he has 30 catches again this year. He's not what they need. They need a guy, and they won't go out and do it.
They're legit trolling at this point.
But all right, Kinsey. So next week, panel for the NBA awards, all that good stuff. You got anything else for us before we get out of here?
Nah.
All right. Well, go Cavs, and we will see you guys next week.